when you go to first gut a deer, you don't know what you're getting into. And, Dad's got me holding the back legs open. He's trying to show me his way. I think the doe must have still been feeding or lactating. And he hit the milk sac, and that sour aroma mixed with the smell of the innards of the deer, it just got to me. I'm tapping on Dad's shoulder while he's doing his thing up there, trying to get the chest cavity opened up. I'm tapping on his shoulder. He said, "What?" I said, "Dad."
Grab your gear, find your stand, and listen in as we share another journey that shapes a hunter's legacy.
Welcome back to another episode of A Hunter's Legacy, the only hunting podcast that ditches the pros for the average Joes. We like to bring the people on here that maybe have or have not been on a podcast to hear their stories and give everybody an opportunity to be put in front of the camera and a microphone. So this week we got Kyle. Kyle, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. Just got home about an hour ago from work. So,
Where are you at?
I'm in Ohio.
Ohio, huh?
Yeah,
I hear there's some big deer in Ohio.
there's a few. There's quite a few.
What part of Ohio are you in?
I guess West Central.
West Central. So fill us in. What do you do for work, family, all that good stuff?
Oh, I got 2 kids, a son and a daughter. Great girlfriend. Work for a contractor that does civil, underground utilities. We build substations for the local power company, stuff like that.
How does that align with the flexibility, if there is any, to go hunting?
Luckily, I've known the owner for about 20 years, so he's a little lenient.
Knows what priorities are.
Oh, yeah, exactly. No, we get, I get, 12 days plus like 4 or 5 sick days. So if I play my cards right, I can get plenty of time to hunt.
Perfect. Yeah, it's always nice to hear a little bit of what people have going outside of hunting because it kind of helps connect the dots. How old are you?
I'm 39.
39, huh? So how long have you been hunting? How'd you get started?
I've been hunting for 26 years. I started back in 99. My dad took me for the first time to a gun camp with some of his buddies. I was hooked from that moment on. I was lucky enough to get one my first year, and we always had a competition, like biggest doe, first kill, and biggest buck. My first deer was the biggest doe and the first kill that year, so I won the money out of both pots.
Instantly bought a new gun.
Yeah, because the one I borrowed actually was one of my dad's buddies, single shot 20 gauge.
You must have been, what, 13, 12, 13?
12, yeah.
Let's go through your younger years. Sounds like your dad was a hunter.
He was, but I wouldn't. He's not as diehard as I am.
Party hunter?
Yeah, he was a party hunter, more or less, yeah. He went down to hang out with friends and get away from the house for a week, you know what I mean?
Did that limit you or limit some of the exposure of being able to spend time with him hunting? Because it's not like you can just go follow him around with the woods when shotguns blasting everywhere.
No, we actually, so the first year he sat above me in an old API aluminum hang-on stand, and I sat in a ladder stand. And the following year, I didn't get to go because I went to live with my mom. And then the year after that, I moved back with my dad, and I've been going every year since. And he pretty much, he let me stray a little bit, and I'd learned the woods, probably about, I'd go say 150 yards, 200 yards farther than he did the next year, and so on until I was like 14 or 15. And he's like, go.
But before you were able to hunt, were you going out the woods to join him, or do you have to kind of stay at home?
No. So my parents were divorced when I was younger, and I wasn't exposed to it until I was 12. I got ate up with it that first day.
So basically, the first year you're hunting is kind of like the first time out in the woods.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I went once or twice maybe, and we went squirrel hunting or something like that. He gave me a 410 and just shot a couple squirrels, a couple rabbits here and there. But other than that, it wasn't very often.
Yeah, it's tricky if that's all he did was shotgun hunting, because it all depends, like, how it's set up. Like, I went a few times before I could hunt, but there's always vehicles on the road when we were pushing deer. So you kind of like knew about hunting, you knew you wanted to go, but the real opportunity hadn't come till it was go time.
Yeah, yeah. That same year, we went muzzleloading, and I just followed him around because I didn't have my own gun at the time, and I don't really think he thought I could handle a muzzleloader, which would have been like, what were they, number 11 caps back then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the ignition was not very reliable.
Yeah. But
Every kid can handle a muzzleloader as long as they don't know what they're expecting. My brother's got a couple little kids, and he'll be taking them. He doesn't want to deal with two muzzleloaders, so he just doesn't tell them what's going to happen, and he picks them up off the... Like, he knows they're going to fall on their ass.
oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
he's got a Savage smokeless. I think last year, I don't know, Leo 8, 9, just a Ronto. I don't know, 50 pounds.
Yeah.
But that's what he shot at the deer with.
Nice.
Smokeless muzzleloader.
Did he get him?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
You can't tell them what's coming. Like, they get gun shy if they know it's going to kick, but if they get the adrenaline when a deer's out and they're going to shoot, it normally doesn't bother them.
Yeah. My son actually got his first deer this year with a muzzleloader. And I pretty much did the same thing. Well, this past season. And the year before, I had him shooting my 20 gauge, and I shoot 870 or the Hornady SSTs out of it. And for a 20 gauge, those things throw a thump. And it didn't bother him much. So I was like, here you go. Here's a 50 cal. And he shot his first deer last year. So
What do you run for a muzzleloader?
I have it's a Thompson Center bone collector.
It's not the bone collector. I got the one they made before, the Triumph.
Yeah. But I love it, man. It's got how back then the Nikon BDC was the big thing. So it's got that on there. I actually got one over here on the mantle that I shot with him at 210 yards. And that was when I used to shoot 150 grains of powder. And I was up about 25 foot in a stand, dude, and it about freaking knocked me out of it.
What were you using for powder?
Pardex pellets.
Gosh, I hope you're still not using that.
I do, actually.
That stuff's outdated, bro.
Hey. So are hand loads, but people still do it.
You get sick of cleaning your barrel, man. Somebody sold me on it. I'd never go back. The Blackhorn 209. This stuff is...
Yeah.
You're getting 3 or 4 extra shots before having to swab the barrel.
Nice. I have to look into it.
I had a smokeless for a while and blew up in my hand. I want one, but that thing you never had to clean.
See, I think the first year I went out with a muzzleloader, Dad bought me a Traditions, I think it was a buck hunter or something like that. It had the number 11, and I think I shot Pyrodex out of that too. And once again, first year I went out with it, I got one.
Yeah, I'd hate to get too sidetracked, but I want to say like the Pyrodex attracts moisture, whereas the Blackhorn doesn't soak in moisture. It's a
Yeah.
lot more weather resistant. It's hard to find, man. Like, it's such a hot commodity.
I got a buddy that he does custom ammunition for people and custom gun work. So I'll have to get with him and see if he can hook me up.
It's just different. You get the same results out of a lot less powder.
Yeah.
So you might only need 110 grains of that to get what you're getting out of 150.
Yeah. I only shoot 100 now, so.
Shoulder's getting a little sore, wasn't it?
That was a wallop, son.
Okay, so first year hunting, you got something. Walk us through the hunt and getting that deer.
So if I'm not mistaken, it was opening day in '99 for shotgun season. And we go out, it's dark, got our headlamps on or little flashlights or whatever. I can't really remember. And I guess my dad, he always sat in the same spot. And we go there, didn't see nothing for a while. So dad got down and did a little drive around the ridge system that we sat on. And he ended up pushing two to me. It was a doe and a yearling. And I seen him come down the hill towards me and they stopped. I just threw the bead on it because it was just a single shot New England, and put it right behind the shoulder. She ran like 20 yards. Well, it was about 40 yards. Well, when we're tracking her, she's going uphill. And back then, Dad's like, man, if they're going uphill, they're probably not hurt that bad. So the blood stopped right at the peak of the hill. Well, she had fell down and actually rolled down the hill a little bit, and we found her right there. We'd already walked past her a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She went up and then kind of came back down, and
Yeah.
you were rocking parallel to her.
Yep. You said there at the beginning before we started recording about a embarrassing moment, and when you go to first gut a deer, you don't know what you're getting into, and Dad's got me holding the back legs open. He's trying to show me his way, and he hit. I think the doe must have still been feeding or lactating, and he hit the milk sac, and that sour aroma mixed with the smell of the innards of the deer, it just got to me. I guess I'm tapping on Dad's shoulder while he's doing his thing up there trying to get the chest cavity opened up. I'm tapping on his shoulder. He said, "What?" I said, "Dad, I don't feel so good." And he said he turned around and looked at me and said I was white as the ceiling paint, you know what I mean? And it wasn't 30 seconds later, I'm over off to the side, puking my brains out.
Oh, it could be worse, man. I had a guy that was gunning his first deer and hit the piss sack and straight into his mouth.
Oh, I did that once with I was showing a guy how to gut a deer, and I was still pretty green to it myself, and he was probably 28, 29. I was probably 16, 17, something like that. And no, he wasn't helping me. And so I kind of pushed up on her back legs. And when I did, my knife punctured the intestine, and all that pressure shot the freaking intestine matter up in the air and went up over my shoulder, on my head, and everywhere, dude.
He said it tasted like you were sticking your tongue on a 9-volt battery.
uh, it was probably shocking as well.
So, being this young kid shooting your first deer, Sounds like a little mishap, but gosh, that had to have been a pretty cool feeling going back to deer camp, right?
Oh yeah, man, it was great because back then deer camps were still big. You know what I mean? I was with a group of guys at the time. I think there was at any given season there was probably 15 to 20 guys in camp. And like I said, there was party hunters. They all just came down to get away from their wives and away from life and have a good time and kill some deer.
So this was gun season, rifle season? What was it?
Gun season, yeah. In Ohio, you can only use used to, you could only use shotguns. Now you can use shotgun or straight wall.
Was it a lot of stand and hunt, or were you doing pushes?
So that's how I actually got to learn the woods. I pretty impatient when I have a gun in my hand. So I'll sit the first couple hours of daylight and get bored, and I will go walk. And I would do a drive for every member of camp. Like I would put on probably 15 miles a day when I was a kid. Every day of gun season, which we usually left on Wednesday. So that's how I got familiar with the woods I used to hunt.
A lot of stand hunting.
I did, yeah. Majority of my hunting has been stand hunting.
When we were kids, it was a third of or 40% of the people would walk, 40 or 50% would be on stand or whatever. Then you'd have a couple of people on the road and you would just push them to the standers. There wasn't a lot of sitting around just waiting for deer to come to the woods.
Oh, yeah.
And it got kind of dangerous, but
yeah, at times. And drives, they got a bad name because there were a lot of accidents that happened, and I think that might have been part of the reason why we didn't do too much of it. But doing a one-man drive, I knew where everybody sat. So I would stay, I'd stay 100, 150 yards away from them.
I don't have any problem with drives. It's no different than going pheasant hunting. The problem is people don't pay enough attention to their surroundings, or the terrain doesn't allow. Like, the best way to do it is milling around. Like, if you got 3 or 4 people,
Yeah.
mill around and just walk super slow instead of like hammering on the deer.
And you know what? I killed more deer with a gun doing that than I ever have sitting.
But the deer camp and the camaraderies, I don't want to get a ticket or anything, but DNR, if you're listening, this was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So we'd do the pushes, and the best stand location was in the passenger seat of a vehicle. You always argued who got the best driver. And of course, that, like, you just hammer on and try beating the deer to the road, and of course, get out and cross the road ditch and get on the other side of the fence and hopefully get a shot. But it was so fun, but so terrible.
We never did much like that. We were down in the hills of Southern Ohio. So doing that type of driving would be hard to do. Unless it was at night, you know what I mean?
What do you mean Southern Ohio?
Southeastern Ohio, public land.
Oh, public?
Yeah.
It was flat as a pancake where we were doing this.
Really?
Back then, that's how bow hunting wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
Hardly anybody went late season. The only 80% of the people went shotgun hunting, and 90% of them were in parties pushing and standing.
Yeah. Where are you located at?
Central Iowa.
Central Iowa? Okay.
Party hunting is kind of not much of a thing here anymore.
Yeah.
when I was a kid, you couldn't drive a mile or two without seeing somebody with orange in their pickup. Now
Yeah.
you can drive around most of the day and only come across one or two groups.
Hmm.
It's not a bad thing.
No, not at all.
So you never did explain the thought process and the feeling of like actually walking in a deer camp. Or maybe you did and I just missed it.
I was the youngest guy in the group.
There's got to be like some sort of like being proud or ego
Oh,
factor of thinking
with
you're
my first deer, yeah. Yeah,
the
that was cool.
coolest shit.
Yeah, and the guys, they were all real cool about it, congratulating me and
Pumping you up.
oh yeah. Yeah, my head was about the size of a freaking watermelon, 12 years old, killed a deer before anybody else.
Did you ever come back down to earth?
Down at camp? No.
You didn't have any scenarios a year or two later where you missed a chip shot or something and
at gun camp, no. I would always come back with something. And like I said, it was because I would
look at
walk.
this guy. Look at this guy. This guy can walk on the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. And they all built me up, you know what I mean? They're like, "Man, you're a bad son of a bitch. You walk in hills like a billy goat," And
Hyping you up so they don't have to walk.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Using me. But I'd shoot the deer before they got to him.
They call that manipulation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I remember shooting deer when I was 12 or 13, man. You just thought you were the coolest man on earth when the old
Oh,
people
yeah.
saw you shoot a deer.
Yeah. It was a good time for sure. I miss it.
Describe what went on at camp there? Like, what was the atmosphere after dark and stuff?
After dark, it was it got a little crazy, especially the weekend before. We would we'd ride quads, drink beer, and I wasn't drinking at 12.
Allegedly.
I did start drinking at 15 down at camp. They let me start drinking then, and oof, had a couple rough mornings, that's for sure.
So, walk us through, because there's probably a lot of people that haven't experienced it. Were you like in a cabin or do you all meet somewhere in the morning?
So it was a father and two sons, and they had 10 acres. Well, before that, they used to park on the side of the road and camp. They'd either have like modified 1-ton vans with roll up tops, or they just parked their camper on the side of the road. Then they bought the 10 acres, and they just pretty much had if you had a camper, you could bring your camper in and find a spot on the hill, jack it up with a bunch of 6x6s and 4x to get it level, you know what I mean? And oh gosh, I remember the smell of those things. It was horrible.
Did you guys have like bonfires when you got back?
Yeah, we'd have fire every night, and somebody was always cooking something each night. And some of the wives, they would pre-cook some meals, and we'd warm them up over a hot spot heater, like the octagon propane heaters.
Yep.
We'd warm the food up on that. And
hold on, are you talking the ones that shoot out the side?
no, not the salamanders.
The LB whites, we call, like the ones that get hot as
Oh yeah, those things get blistering hot. But no, it was like a
honeycomb.
vertical. Yeah, it was a vertical one,
Okay.
and you could sit stuff on top of it. I still got it. Whenever I'm processing deer, I use it to I throw a cast iron skillet on it and fry up chunks while I'm butchering my deer.
So just hanging around, cooking, drinking beer. Was there kind of like a morning ritual?
Yeah, I remember the rides back, man. some of those roads, the main road back to the gate, if you didn't have 4-wheel drive, you weren't making it. And you better have like 33s or bigger to get to it because you weren't making it.
Were y'all getting up and eating breakfast and drinking coffee beforehand?
Uh, oh, as a kid, I wasn't drinking coffee, but yeah, everybody get up, do their own morning ritual.
Shoot the shit for whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Pretend
yeah.
like you're coming up with a plan.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It was good stuff.
How big of an area was this you're hunting?
I can't remember what it was at the time, but some years later, we came up with an opportunity. So it used to be um, Mead Paper Company owned the land, and then they switched hands to another company. Well, that company started leasing it out. We ended up getting a sublease on the property that we always hunted, and that ended up being 800 acres at the time. And each one of us paid, I think, $1,000. So there was 10 of us. We paid $10,000 for 800 acres.
Woofta.
Yeah. And that was, which we had access to it for the whole year. If that help matters any. Made you feel better about it, even though you only used it for a week or two a year. You know what I mean?
Hey, it doesn't make me feel better. Whatever makes you feel better.
Nah, I only had to pay it once, man. So
No, I get it.
it was fun regardless. And I actually, so the I think before we got that lease is when I shot my first mountable buck. He's over there on the wall. Um, it was a Wednesday. It was raining, and nobody went out. And we always left Wednesday around noon or so. And my dad left his climber out there, and he didn't give me the key. I went out to go get a stand for him and hunt. So I start shimmying up the tree with a chain with a cable on it
What do you mean key?
for a lock to lock the climbing stand on the tree so nobody could steal it.
But it was down at the base.
Yeah, it was down at the base, and I'm sitting here trying to shimmy this thing up while it's got a lock holding it together. So I'd go like three.
Was it a chain or a cable?
It was a cable. So I'm trying to go up, and I gave up. I got to like 8 feet. And just so happened, I turned around, and here comes this buck. I'm like, whoa, let's go. So I get back to camp. They're like, where's the tree stand at? Well, I left the key, or dad didn't give it to me, or whatever. But I got a buck back here. I need some help getting him out. They're like, no, you don't.
You
I'm
didn't
like,
hear the
yeah,
shot?
yeah. And they came back with me. Holy crap, man. Nice deer. It was a good time.
How big was it?
Uh, he might be 120.
But for like a first nice deer, though.
Oh, yeah. It was a great deer. And I ended up having to put 2 shots on him because he was walking the first shot I took on him. And then I walked up to him and put one on him point blank.
But the feeling, though, like, walk us through like the frustration of trying to figure out this tree stand. I'm sure at some point you're probably like, piss on this. I'm going home.
No, I was going to sit, man. It was mist and rain. And I've been diehard, like I told you earlier, ever since dad got me into it. He's like, you are absolutely sick with this. You're obsessed.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And but yeah, trying to get that thing up the tree, I got up to like 8 foot, and I'm like, I'm done. And luckily I was out there, or I would have shot my first buck.
Were you struggling to like get this stand up? And how old were you?
We still had metal tags. I'm wanting to say I was somewhere in between 18 and 21.
Were you, I shouldn't say educated, like experienced enough to know like you're making a lot of noise, like maybe I'm not going to see anything?
At that point, I didn't care. You know what I mean? I was just out in the woods. I was happy to be in the woods. It didn't matter the circumstances. I just wanted to be out there. That's solidarity. It's always helped me through life. You know what I mean?
It always seems like that's when things go right, is when things don't go right.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I've had a couple times that's happened out in the woods.
That was your first big buck experience. Did you,
Yeah.
between your first deer and that, did you have opportunities that maybe didn't close the deal?
Yeah, there was. There was a. So I shot a couple basket racks, just little dinks. And this one year, they had first opened up youth season, or it was the second year they had youth season open. And I think I was 17, so that I was still allowed to do it. And I had 5 acres, or my dad had 5 acres, and it butted up to my neighbor's 20 something. Well, I look out the back door or out the garage door, and I see this monster freaking deer, dude. I take off running with my bow, trying to put my release on at the same time, an old PSE Nova. I couldn't tell you how many deer I killed with that thing. Uh, but I take off out there and, I pop up over this mulch pile and all I see is just tail. And then one of my dad's buddies calls me. He's like, "Hey, you gonna work today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go to work." He's like, "Well, what time you want me to come get you?" I'm like, "You can come get me now. I just got done trying to go after a big buck." He's like, "What'd you go after it with?" I said, "My bow." He said, "Kyle, it's youth season. You could have took your gun." I'm like, "Oh no." And I bet he was probably 150, 160 inch deer.
Really?
Yeah, he was a nice one. We got big deer around where I live.
You always remember the ones that haunt you, don't you?
Oh yeah. There's another one on the same property, and I grazed his brisket. He was probably, I guarantee you, he pushed 170, 180.
When was this?
That would have been, see, I was probably 21 during bow season, sitting up in a cedar tree out on the power line right on the corner of a woods. And I could have swore I grunted that or rattled that deer in all the way from the other end of the property, but it wasn't. He ended up pushing a doe out of the woods and they come right under me. I bet they were 5 yards from me and couldn't get them to stop. Well, he turned her around and followed her back the way they came from. And he was at like 20 yards on a steady walk. And I was confident enough with my bow. It was at that time, it was a mission.
Crazed?
No, it wasn't the craze. Um, gosh, maybe a riot. Did they have a riot?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they used to
I
run.
I can't remember what it was, but it was a single cam. Uh, it was the first bow I bought by myself, and I missed him. Shot right in front of him because I let him too much.
When did you get into bow hunting?
Uh, when I was 14, I shot my first doe with my dad's crossbow. And then the following year, he bought me the PSE Nova.
When you were doing deer camp, was that gun or bow?
It was all gun.
Okay. Did your dad bow hunt, or how'd you get into that?
He crossbow hunted every now and then, but I was never around when he did it. It was it was an old Horton Explorer. It had the red painted pin with the peep sight scope on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I never bow hunted with my dad. That was just kind of something I took up to naturally.
Did you have any buddies that were into bow
Oh,
hunting?
dude, everybody I went to school with hunted. Like all the group of guys that I hung out with, they all hunted. So it was a good time.
Is that kind of what made you want to get into, is just seeing all your buddies doing it?
Yeah, I'd say so. But we had the land right behind the house. So I was like, man, if a bow will get me in the woods more, why not?
And the tree stands were set up already?
I would build them. I would
Really?
build, yeah, out of 2x4s and plywood. And I took a fall or two.
Not because you didn't build them good enough, right?
Oh, dude, the nails pulled straight out on this one.
Let's hear how these were, like, walk us through how you'd build these things, man, at that age.
I would pack. I would pack as many 2x4s or scrap lumber that we had from side jobs. I would pack them out into the woods, as much as I could each load. And I'd take a handsaw and I'd cut, 12 to 15-inch pieces for my ladder rungs. And I would try to at least get 4 or 5 nails right in the center of it, 16 penny nails. And I'd get up till I'd say, okay, there's the stopping point. And I'd go all the way up and build me a platform because I had a little bit of carpentry background.
Okay.
Dad always took me to side jobs and stuff like that. So
You were just nailing straight to the tree?
straight to the tree, dog.
Is just a standing platform up there?
Yes, just a platform. And if I had enough room, I would make a seat.
We built some pretty sketchy stuff. Yours sound better than ours. Ours were just 16 or 12-foot 1x4s, 2 of them, and 1x4s as steps.
Ooh!
They don't make lumber like they used to.
No, they don't. So then I got into trade school and I took welding. Well, any opportunity I could, I would build tree stands in school and take them home on the bus.
On the bus.
Yeah. And I actually made some pretty cool ones. There was this one. You ever seen the crotch stands?
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Or the tree crotch.
You set it in the crotch like this, and then you stomp in the middle, and it
Yo.
flattens out. I made one of those one time, and then made a couple out of some small angle iron. I made this one monstrosity, dude. I bet this thing had to be close to 50 pounds. And my dad had a ladder stand out in this cottonwood. So I carried it up the ladder stand. And then I climbed up this cottonwood. And, I had a rope attached to it already. I wasn't tied to the tree or nothing. I just found a spot to sit and just started pulling, muscling that thing up in the tree, dude. And I ended up getting it. I got it up there, and that thing, I bet it was probably 30 feet high. I put it on with 2 heavy duty 2-inch ratchet straps.
2-inch ratchet.
Yeah, dude. I was like, man, this is a big stand. I'm going to need some big straps. So I
Give me
stole
the
2.
semi tie downs.
That's right, man.
It's one thing getting them up there, but like holding them up where you're getting a strap around, that's the hellacious part.
Oh, I forget. I think I built that. I built that in high school, and I never took it out until I was like 21 or 22. And at the time, I was, I was working out. I was pretty ripped, and
If you say so, man.
I got, I got it up there, dude. It was, never had much quit in me.
Yeah, it's getting it up, but like trying to shimmy it while you get the straps around it. That's the worst part.
And it was a giant cottonwood too. I bet this thing's like, it had down at the base, it had to been like a 3 foot diameter freaking tree.
The ones where you gotta like get a running start to throw the ropes around the tree.
Yeah. Yes, sir. It was I don't know how I'm alive after some of this stuff I've done.
We built tree stands like that when we were in high school, but my dad would drive us out with a skid loader and we'd get in, lag bolt it, throw some straps around, he'd let us down. High tech, bro.
Yeah, I was pretty much a lone wolf, you know. Hate to take that phrase, but that's what I was. I always hunted by myself, and whatever means necessary, I'd make it happen.
Yeah, I get it. Like that's kind of how I am now anymore. Peace and serenity, man.
Yeah, exactly.
The further you got out of high school, the heavier you got into it.
Oh yeah, every year it got worse and worse. Way worse, yeah. As a young adult, you can't afford some of the stuff that you want to have. So I think I used I had an old Gorilla hang on stand. I'd carry that, and I don't know if you ever seen them or not. They were like the lightest freaking climbing sticks ever back then.
What were they?
They were, I think they were made by Gorilla, and like they were two pieces of aluminum pipe that swooped up and came up. It had like three rungs on it.
Kind of like if you put it on its side, it'd look like a really wide U.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
And it had like a whoopee sling attachment method. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yep.
And I carried those for probably I probably carried those for 10 years.
I wonder how much those weigh compared to the new ones.
Dude, those were pretty freaking light. For back in the day, they were light.
I'm looking at new sticks, and you're talking like 15, 16 ounces, man.
Oh, they weren't that, but you know, they were probably like maybe 2 pounds or something like that. And that was light to me.
Like, I think I could get a platform and 3 sticks and be pushing to get under 5 pounds.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Do you saddle hunt at all?
I don't. I'm looking to get into it, and I just don't know how. Like, I don't want to jump all in, but I'm thinking about buying some sticks. Then maybe I'd much rather be in a stand, but I want to be more mobile. So I don't know if I want to go all out or just buy sticks and a lightweight stand and see how it goes.
Um, what kind of stand you run, if you don't mind me asking?
Do I run now? All
Yeah.
mine's permanent, man.
Oh, really?
I got some Hawk. I got some River's Edge.
Oh, I remember River's Edge.
I got the cheapest Sportsman's Guide steps. The ones, it's like one metal pipe with your 3 things. Then you got like a 8-inch.
Yep.
It's all square aluminum. Biggest
Yep.
pieces of shit.
Like
Once-
20-footers, 20-foot climbing sticks.
Kind of, but these are like the individual pieces. Each one is like 3 steps. That way, you got more flexibility to kind of do some of
Yeah.
this stuff. I'd like to a mobile setup. At the end of last season, I was kind of set on the trophy line hyperlight sticks and platform, but I've always really liked the Hunt Arsenal.
They're pretty dope, dude. They are. They're
I
pretty
wasn't a big
slick.
fan of their old sticks. Kind of have OCD, so I want same brand everything. But these new sticks, man, the
The
carbon lights,
icons, the
the
icon
icons,
carbon lights.
the icon was the one where you could extend.
Yeah,
The carbon lights are these new black ones that look really
yeah.
sweet.
What about the ones from Latitude?
See, I look at those. For some reason I want the same brand sticks and platform. But
You can get it all from Latitude.
you think their platform's as good as Hunt Arsenal's?
I think they're the same level of quality.
What do you run?
I actually run a hybrid setup.
What do you mean a hybrid setup?
I run I run 2 sticks with a 3-step movable aider and a hang on stand and a saddle.
What hang on stand you run?
Elevate.
They're pretty new. They good stuff.
Elevate Stanco. Yeah. They're fire. Made in America.
Yeah, I'll have to look into those. They pretty light.
Yeah, the one I run, the Ultra X, is I think it's 5.2.
Really? Okay, that's pretty good. Well, why platform and saddle?
Why a tree stand and saddle?
Yeah.
Best of both worlds. That and I feel like it makes me stationary longer because I'll get fidgety and be like, man, I need to move. I need to move 60 yards that way, or maybe if I'm just moved 100 more yards down the hill, I'd see more.
If you were good about picking out trees with a slight slope with a platform, some of these bigger saddle platforms, man, I could stand on that like a normal tree stand all day long.
Oh yeah, but I got in a bad wreck.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and broke some vertebrae and a bunch of ribs and crushed my pelvis and my right shoulder blade and bruised my liver and my spleen. I got pretty messed up
What were you doing?
drinking and driving.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
I haven't. This is an NA.
Okay.
So
Don't drink anymore?
Nope. I haven't drank in 7 years.
Good for you, man. I still drink, but I've never been like I've never enjoyed getting drunk. Well, I guess in college I enjoyed getting shit faced, but like it never really. I wasn't never much of a party. Alcohol is not good for you.
No, it's not. Not at all.
I don't care what anybody says. If you drink one beer, you're not sleeping as good as you normally do.
No, probably not.
Which latitude? Like, you don't even have a latitude platform, do you?
No.
Why are you recommending them?
Because I've stood in them a lot.
Oh, have you?
I got a lot of friends that have them. I just think they're a quality piece of gear.
I mean, the weight specs on them, right on there with Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been in a saddle, to be honest. Have you ever heard of Tree Ninja?
Timber Ninja?
Yeah, Timber Ninja.
Yeah, dude's out of North Carolina.
I wouldn't trust that for shit, but something like that'd be slicker than hell. I'd hunt a normal tree stand harness in that thing.
The kunai?
I don't know. It looks like a tree stand without the seat.
Yeah, the kunai, that the platform's here and it kicks down. Some of the ancient back in the day tree stands were like that.
I know, but like if something like that was 4 pounds, where I could hunt with a normal tree stand harness and get some really nice climbing sticks, I'd rather do that than face the tree.
Oh, for sure. And that's another reason why I use a hang on stand. It don't limit me to leaning, facing the tree. If I want to, I can still set up to where I know that the deer are going to come in from behind me if I'm sitting down, like you would if you're in a saddle. But now I also had the option of turning around and sitting and facing the other way.
Do you have to wear a special harness?
No, I wear a saddle.
I didn't know that they had. Do they have something to hook up from the back or what?
No, I just run it under. Like, you know how guys use rock climbing harnesses? I just wear my saddle like a rock climbing harness pretty much.
What saddle do you have?
I got a Latitude Method 3. I got a Latitude Maverick. And for quite a few years, I ran a Latitude Method 2.
Assuming that's something you probably don't want to cheap out on.
No.
I feel like I'm kind of lazy. Like, I'm not lazy. I just get so used to like walking out and have my tree stand set up. And
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's great. Like, I just got my, uh, so I always had land behind the house when I was a kid. And that was really the only private land that I ever had. And I had my presets all over that place, you know what I mean?
you know,
And it was real nice to have that. And then my dad and my neighbor got into it, and I wasn't allowed to hunt the neighbor's property anymore. So off to public land I go. And last year, I just got my first piece of private land again.
how long were you strictly public?
Probably 10 years.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. How was the public?
I've got some hammers, dude.
Really?
Yeah. Um, so the piece of public that I primarily hunted was probably about 20 minutes from the house. And it's close to a big city. So everybody and their brother freaking goes to it. And it's thick. Majority of it's honeysuckle. A lot of it's overgrown pasture. And then there's some creeks with some pretty steep draws in it. And that's where all your hardwoods and stuff like that are. But you just had to get in there and figure it out before anybody else did.
Were you dealing with a lot of competition from other hunters?
Bow season, it depend on the year. I always tried to go out during the week more than the weekends. Like if I got off early one day, I'm heading to the woods. And then if you go out on the weekends, yeah, you was gonna run into some guys. It was only like 2,300 huntable acres.
Only.
Yeah. And dude, during gun season, how many guys do you think are riding in a vehicle during gun season? There's two at least, majority of the time. So there was 38 trucks around that property one year during gun season.
How many times did you like have a hunt ruin? Like you got all set up and then somebody comes in
Oh,
like Scooby-Doo.
Numerous times, man. Numerous.
That's got to be like the worst part for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you take it with a grain of salt. You either, you whistle at them, try to get their attention and hope they stop, or somebody that wants to be an asshole, they're just going to walk on through. So you can either shut up or buck up and make a scene about it. Depends on what kind of person you want to be in and if you want to get in trouble or not.
Well, you can't really say. I mean, they have every right to be there as you do.
Exactly. But, some guys, I've walked up on guys and they just start yelling right off the rip.
How the am I supposed to know you're out here?
Yeah, my bad, dude. I didn't know you were gonna be here. I'm turning around, heading back the other way right now.
My bad. Next time I'll bring my scent sniffing dog and follow your
Yeah,
tracks.
exactly. And I got a gun pulled on me by a neighboring landowner
For what?
because I was hunting too close to his property.
Oh, wait till the episode gets dropped next week, man. I'll tell you because listeners aren't going to hear it first. He's gone out and with bullet holes through his hunting blind multiple times.
Oh yeah.
It's like Jesus. Like the guy's got kids he wants to start taking out. Like in
Yeah.
window and one out the other.
Wow.
Who gives a like
Yeah.
the guy probably has just as close to their fence line.
Oh yeah. So
Don't shoot at somebody for being 100 yards away if you're
Yeah.
hunting 100 yards away on the other.
Yeah. So I think for the park regulations, it's like 400 feet from any structure. So if there's a house 400 feet away or less than 400 feet away from the property line, within that 400-foot radius, you can't hunt it. Well, right there wasn't. And I was chasing acorns. I'm scouting in season, trying to find the fresh feed trees. And I even called the guy. Hey, so and so, you mind if I happen to shoot a deer and it comes on your property, you mind if I come retrieve it? He's like, hell no. I'm like, whatever. And then, hangs the phone up, and 10 minutes later, here he comes, him and his dog, and pulls a gun on me.
Did you do anything about it?
Nah, dude, I got down and got the hell out of there.
I mean, like turned him in.
Oh, yeah, dude, I tried. But so that piece of public is ran by the Parks and Watercraft. It's not ran by DNR. So Parks and Watercraft rangers just kind of brushed it off. I called DNR. Nothing ever came of it. Like, what's the point in even having you guys? Hunter harassment ain't no joke.
Especially when you get a freaking gun pulled on you.
Yeah.
Which saddle did you say you had?
I got the Latitude Maverick and the Latitude Method 3, and I used to run the Method 2.
And that 3 looks like a high-end system, man.
Oh, that's a freaking Cadillac.
I know.
It is. It's a Cadillac.
It's most expensive. Better be.
Yeah. But I picked this Maverick up off a dude on Facebook this year, and I've sat in it before because I'm staff on a hunting trade show, and I've sat in it, but never in the depth that I have now that I own one. And this thing, I run it without saddlebags or dump pouches or anything. And it's just so light. Last night I went to shoot out of it, and I got back in the truck and forgot I had it on.
The Maverick?
Yeah.
Oh, yep, I see it. So what do they call those? Like split saddles or
2-panel.
2-panel?
The Method 3 is a 2-panel, and the Maverick's a single.
It almost looks like a hybrid. Like the mesh, I don't know. Would probably feel like a 2-panel, maybe. I don't know.
No, the real wide 4-inch webbing on it is what makes it so comfortable.
So comfortable?
Yeah.
I've honestly never even been in one. I wouldn't have the slightest idea how. If you watch me try putting one on, I'd look clueless, man.
I talked to a guy last night at the range that claims to have, been to the shows and stuff. But he went to put it on, and he's like, how do I do this? You gotta hold the knot, pull the rope with a red tag on it, and that's how you tighten your belt.
So it's a rope as a belt, not an actual belt.
You mind if I show you real quick?
Yeah.
So you just, throw it on, hold this knot, pull that,
Okay.
and then, you have a tether that you hang from right here.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't have like a normal tree stand harness loops around your legs.
And they do. That's what this is for. It's got like a G hook, and then it hooks back up to this tab here.
Do people use them all the time?
I don't. I think it's personal preference because I don't think that it's possible to fall out of a saddle.
Anything's possible.
Oh, it's possible. But if you fall, your crotch is going to hit the tree. And if you fall straight down, your arms are going to be like this. They're going to want to go like upward, but they're going to stop.
You said you've had injuries and stuff like that. So I imagine that makes it tougher to stay comfortable. But like compared to a regular harness and a sit down, hang on tree stand, like there's no way it's as comfortable, is it?
Dude, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so.
My ADHD would be swinging my ass back and forth in circles.
I do sometimes. You know what I mean? But I hunt cover. So I try to stay hidden as much as possible, but
So how high are you getting?
I run majority of early season all the way up till like rut. I'll run 2 sticks and a 3-step aider.
Like 2 sticks and the bottom one has the aider?
No, it's movable.
Okay.
It's got like a bungee on it.
What'd you say you were running for sticks?
Elevate Stanco Ascend sticks.
Okay. Yeah, there's just, my gosh, there's so many options. You don't even know where to start.
Yeah. I like you, I want everything to be the same brand. Well, just so happens I'm an ambassador for Elevate Stanco. So I like their gear. The first time I ever sat in it, I bought one.
Yeah, I've just seen that they gotta be fairly new, aren't they?
I think they came out in like 22.
It's like bows, like they just keep popping up out of nowhere, the brands. Like, you don't even know where to start. I went a lot of years without looking at bows, but when I bought my first bows, Matthews, Martin, PSC, I think Mission just started to come out.
Well, Mission was a budget Matthews, you know what I mean?
And there might have been a couple other ones. But I went 15 years shooting that Matthews Adrenaline. I went looking brands, and there's like the one G5 makes, there's like Elite.
Yeah. I shot an Elite. I've shot the PSE, the Mission. I had a 2017 Elite Impulse 31, and my girlfriend just bought me a RX10 for remodeling her kitchen.
A Hoyt.
Yeah.
I'd look pretty close at Hoyt if I was upgrading, but Hoyt could come to me with a sponsorship, and it'd be pretty hard to give up my Matthews. My dad bought me a used Matthews. I bought my first. Just the accessories on a Matthews and just how streamlined everything is. There's going to be bows that shoot better, but just the accessory package you get with Matthews, and it'd be hard to get me to switch.
I think they're all equivalent, man. It goes with the old saying, it ain't the bat, it's the hitter.
No, I don't think Matthews shoots any better than anything, but just like the quiver and the stabilizers and the sighting, It's just so streamlined, and
Oh
they're the
yeah.
sexiest bows out there. I don't
Yeah.
care what anybody
So
says.
the Hoyt, dude, they are smooth.
Oh, I'm sure there's
All the attachment points, everything's, there's nothing protruding from the bow itself.
yeah, those look pretty sharp.
If I would have known they were going to come out with that Freedom edition, the 250th anniversary deal, I would have waited and got one of those. But
Oh, I haven't seen that. Hoyt.
oh yeah, I think yeah, dude, they're all freaking
Hoyt Freedom 250.
yeah.
What is it? Just like the bottomlands?
No, it's
Oh, yep. I didn't zoom in enough to see the stars and make out the stripes. Oh, that's tits, man. Or as my uncle would say, that's cock.
yeah.
That is pretty cock.
I got the what I forget what they call it, but it's like an OD green, and then my riser's OD green, and my limbs are Kuyu, the Verde. Yeah.
Starting to sound like me with my Sitka
Hey
camo.
man, I'm a Kuyu whore.
I'm a Sitka whore, and I got a Sitka colored bow too. You don't need camouflage. I just like the looks. Mind your business.
Exactly, dude. I killed a deer in this shirt last year.
Yeah. It looks cool. Give me a break.
Yeah, hey, trust me, dude. I know all about it. But I try not to buy it when it's full price. I'll buy it when they have their sales.
Yeah. Or get some friends and family discount.
Yeah.
What do you run for accessories on your bow? Like sights and all that stuff?
I got a driver, the Excel driver, 2-pin.
No wonder why your girlfriend gives you shit. You got expensive taste.
I do.
So do I.
Yeah. Like I left my whole setup. I left my whole setup in the truck the other day at work, and I drove the company truck home. And I was like, man, I want to go back and get it so bad.
An hour and a half.
Yeah, but it's like it's like 30 minutes. But she's like, "Is it okay? It'll be okay there, won't it?" I'm like, I got like $5,000+ sitting in my back seat of my truck right now.
It's terrible.
And that's just between my bow and my saddle setup.
Yeah, I run what the hell is it? Everybody raised around the release.
Stan,
No, I have
Scott,
stand. No,
Spot Hog.
no, it's one of the expensive ones.
The Dudley.
No, it's dialed, and the
Oh,
other.
dial.
No, it's not dialed.
Dialed.
I think I'd get dialed this time. It's the. That's how much I like it. I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
It's like a 3D printed. It's like got the big gray wheel.
Yeah.
They're a high dollar one.
Yeah. I got this. I shoot a stand clicker.
That's what I
and
got.
and then I shoot the index clicker. And my
You
sight.
don't shoot a thumb release.
No,
Once you go thumb, you aren't going back.
I did one year.
You gotta suffer through some tough times to get used to them.
Dude, I freaking about lost it. I sent an arrow and then my release went flying back.
Which thumb clicker did you try?
It was an old one, dude. It was a dual jaw freaking true bull.
What the fudge is the name of that frickin' site? It's like one of the most popular ones.
I can't remember, dude. There's so many of them.
Ultraview.
Ultra view, yeah.
It's all right. The dialed ones look pretty sweet, and I think I'd go vertical instead of horizontal next time. But I tried the Ultra View thumb release because I got the Ultra View sight. I'm gonna try the thumb. Ain't worth a shit. They're designed for perfect form, so if you twist a little bit, that string's going through. So I got the Stan Onyx clicker thumb release. Love it.
Yeah, going back to the deer stories, man, I've been pretty blessed. I've shot a lot of deer, shot some pretty good deer, I think. I was blessed to be part of a trade show, um, Mobile Hunters Expo, and then Elevate let me come on board with them.
How'd you get in with Mobile Hunters Expo?
Um, I just so happened that I asked the CEO the year that they intended on looking for employees. And then, so I got on with them. And then the following year, I got on with Elevate. And the whole mobile hunting, I'm kind of a gear junkie. I like doing all that stuff. It's fun.
Have you had much luck mobile hunting?
And so I kind of consider my big 8 point a mobile kill. This one behind me, he's a mobile kill. Uh, that one's a mobile kill. This one, he's a mobile kill.
Oh, that's a nice one.
His 151 on a like a 120-inch frame, dude. He's 151 inches.
He's thick boy.
Yeah. I hunted him for like 4 days in a row.
I didn't realize we were this far in. Is there any like hunting stories that you want to talk about? Like what's your favorite hunt before we start wrapping this up?
My favorite hunt. So I lost my dad back in 21,
Sorry to hear that.
and it was one of those deals, like you said. This is 20 years ago, type of deal. Uh, I pull into the driveway one day from work, and I see him and my buddy out in the backyard, all crouched down behind my bow target, and there's the deer he shot, and then like 2 or 3 bucks running around. I'm like, Dad, let me go get my bow and do it right. Let me go get my bow and do it right. Well, they ended up shooting him with a gun, but that was the happiest I'd ever seen my dad. When he shot that deer, he got it done, man.
Did he hunt a lot during his later years?
No, and that was like I said, it had been close to 20 years ago.
People underestimate like the power of hunting, right? Like
Oh, for sure.
the memories, and they think it's all a game for us just shooting animals to kill, but like the memories you have, I mean, your first hunt was what, 25 years ago, and you can
26.
you remember every single detail of it.
Yeah.
The non-hunters just don't understand that we do more to enhance the wildlife and the health of the herd than any non-hunting agency. The herd would be way less healthy if it wasn't for hunters.
Yeah.
Nobody's out there just shooting because they think it's fun.
Right.
It's getting to the shot that's the fun part.
Yeah. It's definitely the adventure up until that last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then the pack out or the drag out that you had with your buddies, cutting up, shooting the shit on the way out.
I feel like most hunters would feel kind of disgusted with themselves if a bunch of deer walked out and they just shot as many as they could and just walked away.
Oh, I would never hunt again.
hunters get sad too, like
Yeah.
when they injure animals.
Yeah. I did it last year, I shot a doe and I had to go back at noon the next day. I took off work early to go find her. I tried to salvage everything I could, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because it smelled so bad. I was like, yeah, I can't do this.
It kind of leaves a sick feeling when you see an animal that you shot suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people just don't get it. You got another podcast tonight, you said?
Well, I got a expo meeting.
Okay. I think he's got a pretty good podcast, doesn't he?
Yeah, the Mobile Hunters podcast.
Yeah. He's doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah, they've come a long way, man.
Yup, he's a good dude. When does that show come around?
So the Mobile Hunter podcast, the first one's in Wilmington, which is this weekend, Wilmington, Ohio. And then the second one's in Dalton, Georgia, 2 weeks from this weekend.
Oh, so it's coming up right now, huh?
Yeah. So I got the Ohio show, and then I go to Kansas to do a bow shoot with Elevate, and then go to Dalton, Georgia for the Mobile Hunters Expo again.
Are you working for the expo or Elevate?
I worked for the expo.
Very cool.
I'm just an ambassador for Elevate.
Okay. That's pretty cool, man. Good for you.
Appreciate it.
Well, yeah, before we start wrapping this up, was there anything else you wanted to share?
To anybody that's never hunted, man, get out and try it.
I'm really weird about that. I would love to take new people hunting, but at the same time,
it's
there's
hard.
there's a lot of misery in it too. Like the whole cutthroat.
Yep.
Sometimes it's easier just to.
That's why I go by myself most of the time.
It can make you miserable if you get some bad neighbors or can't
Oh
get on
yeah.
land. I'd love to take some new people out.
Yeah.
Well, if we start wrapping this up, you probably haven't heard the rapid fire questions, so these should be some surprises.
Let's shoot it.
5 rapid fire questions. You can explain a little bit, but you don't have to go too deep. The best hunting gear purchase you've ever made.
Hunting gear purchase I've ever made. My first saddle.
First saddle. What about the worst or like most gimmicky bought into hype and realized is worthless?
Nose jammer.
You clearly haven't listened to a podcast.
No,
Everybody in Iowa swears by it, so mind your own business. I think
hey, if it makes you feel better about yourself, right on, brother.
No, I'll test the wind.
If it makes you confident, I don't care what you do as long as you're confident when you go in the woods.
I'm not confident, bro. It works. I will send you videos of me blowing the powder in the air towards the deer. I think it has to do with location.
A lot of it does, yeah.
Like, meaning if...
Geographical location?
Yeah, so like if a deer is like out in the middle of nowhere and comes across people like every 30 days. If they smell nose jammer, they're not going to like it. But if deer are kind of used to people, that's when it's going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
I swear by it, man. I
got a buddy that does too.
Give it a shot, man. Give it another shot. Don't. Hunting luck versus skill. Percentage breakdown.
I want to be as skilled as possible when the luck happens.
I need a percentage, bro.
Oh, give me 75-25.
Luck's 75 skill?
Yeah.
75 skill, huh? I always go back and forth. You need skill, but it takes a lot of luck to have a stud show up.
Oh, he's got to walk by that one tree out of thousands. I don't disagree with you there, but I got to have the skill to find that one tree.
And get lucky enough that somebody else doesn't shoot him before. Like, there's... anyways, most controversial hunting hot take.
Most controversial hunting outtake?
Hot take. Something that, like, mine would be like nose jammer. I swear by it, but a lot of
I
people disagree.
I'm glad that we have crossbows, but I think it should be limited to elderly, handicapped, and young children. If you're an able-bodied male or female and you can pull back the legal limit, you should have to use a compound.
People get mad when we bring it up. It's yeah, it's probably closer to a bow than a gun, but archery is like you don't have to practice. Like you got to practice for months before you shoot a crossbow. You can sight it in and never have to practice again.
Yeah.
Most underrated hunting tactic.
Underrated hunting tactic. I've only done it once and it was on a doe, and I shot a buck on the ground, but I wasn't able to find him. So I'd say ground hunting.
I wish I could sit still and be patient.
Yeah.
100% agree, especially during the rut. If you have access to ag country with open fields and you can go out and scout and ask for permission and get belly crawl half a mile, you would shoot some tanks.
Yeah.
But
it'd be
I'd
fun
get 100
too.
yards in and start getting impatient and crawl a little bit faster.
For sure.
All right, let's hear a couple. I know you shared one, but hopefully you got some more embarrassing hunting stories.
It wasn't embarrassing for me, but for one of my buddies, every time he gets a deer, he just can't handle it. He'll be over here, just over here gagging.
Is this the same guy that believes in nose jammer?
No, it's not.
You gotta spray some nose jammer under his nose. Problem is you can smell.
Yeah.
Fix that.
Yeah. No, like I said, I don't have too many that are embarrassing.
Yeah, you
to
do.
me.
You just can't think of them right now.
Well,
a common theme is people shitting their pants out in the woods.
I've never shit myself in the woods. I have cut off underwear to go take one, but I've never done it in the woods.
Yeah, you shared a couple earlier. The whole gut thing.
Yeah, the first gutting one. First time gutting one.
Chasing your deer with a bow when it was gun season.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one. It was youth season for gun, yep.
Have you ever, gotten into a stand and, not fallen, but,
I fell asleep and thought I was falling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then accidentally, almost slip out of the stand.
I hunted a lot of years without a harness. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Look back on it, it's like, man, I'm so lucky. Everybody needs to strap up when you're in a tree, man. Don't matter who you are.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, especially if you got a permanent hang on or something. I don't know if it's a bad idea having the rope all the way from the tree stand to the ground and cinching.
Yeah, the lifelines, for sure.
Especially if you're taking kids.
Oh, definitely.
All right, man. Well, I don't want to keep you from your other meeting, so I'll let you go. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, we'll stay in touch.
All right, brother. We'll holler at you later.